Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand rising, everybody. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. I'm your host for Tall Tale Thursday, Althea McFarland. And also going to share this with you. Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Right here, this is the book to have while you're out in the streets. If you're out on the corner, get your book, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Get some Molly Moss, Sea Moss, get that together, and we'll have it all together. Today is Talk Till Thursday. This is the day that we talk about anything. This is the day for Captain. So you can wear your sombreros, your whatever. It don't matter. Today we just gonna have a good freaking time. Don't pay me no mind. I can't find my glasses, and I'm a little disheveled. but I'm here, you know. So Grand Rising, Grand Rising. All right. Let's say good morning to my producers of the show. Uh Good morning, uh Molly Mall and Big Trey. Dog in the house.
I ain't gonna be doing no talking today. I can't. I ain't supposed to be on the phone.
Okay, you don't have to do talking today, baby. I thank you.
When you can.
I know he on the JOB doing his big thing. Go on. Get that peyote, baby.
Yeah.
Get that peyote.
Got Trayvon in here. What up, Trey? Y'all in here, please like, share, subscribe. You watching on YouTube.
Like, share,
Know
subscribe.
you in here. Comment, let us know you in here.
Okay.
Yeah, who love the Lord and God. Yeah. What's up, Connie?
Hey, Connie. You dick your head ass. Hey, Damien. It's up to everybody in the fold. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. I can feel it and see it already. But we're gonna make the best out of it because we with positivity and get some good energy. Woosah. And let the rain go away so it don't fall on our heads. And if it do, let it fall down later. Later, rain feels good when it comes down late in the evening anyway. You know, when the dawn of the day, when it's nice thunderstorm, like Melvin Lindsay used to say, the quiet storm. They used to come up and above and all that good stuff. Slicky, Josh, you know what? I got to make sure I'm public, which I am public, and on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm public on YouTube. Am I public on Facebook? Did my comment come across? Usually I used to see when I say good morning. Okay, yeah. Okay. So now I know I'm public on all platforms. Yes. Public. Baby, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. This damn phone. It's a new phone. It's a Galaxy is the product. It's a good phone and everything, but I don't think I know what the hell I'm doing. And I had my phone died yesterday after we did the show. It just completely died. So y'all remember when we had that challenge? It says that nobody used their phone or any device living without your phone. I did that yesterday. I lived without my phone. Didn't dawn on me to think, oh, I could call people that's on Facebook through the Facebook. But my family not on Facebook. My phone was dead until my son arrived home 9 o'clock at night. Then I'm asking him, can you fix my phone? What's up wrong with my phone? And what he did, he took his plug and plugged it up into his laptop and it started charging. So I'm saying, well, why wouldn't it do that for me? Why didn't my charger work? I just got this charger. It's a freaking brand new charger. That charger was fucking $31. You know, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. They're making products just to break on us. They're making products so you can buy another one. I'm like, So I don't know what the phones. Now, the charger that came with the phone in the box wasn't even for the phone. So I think somebody been in the box and switching stuff around. I don't know. They might have took the charger. I don't know. But all I know is that I didn't trip because it was a charger wasn't in my box. Didn't trip, didn't say too much because the charger was in there, didn't fit. I still got the little thing coiled up. It didn't, I didn't trip because I already had a cord, right? Now I'm thinking I should have made them give me everything that I paid for. Don't let people shortchange you, people. Everything that I paid for. I ordered something off of a Temu, a 2-part thing. I ordered it because I'm looking at my order, right? I paid $38, and all they sent me was a damn bowl. I didn't order no bowl. Where's my blender? Where's the other part of the mixer? So, of course, I got in contact with them and everything. And they said, well, you can send the bowl back. Do you know how much that would have cost to send the bowl back? I'm like, this is ridiculous. But they did credit me half my purchase back to me so I could purchase something else. So what I did,
Yummy.
I took what they sent me, and I purchased something else. I had to put some more, but I purchased the damn, and I'm sitting here waiting to see if I get it. And when it comes, I'm gonna unbox it right on the TV. I mean, sometimes it's a hit or miss. I ordered some bras. Y'all know that. Didn't get my bras. Didn't get the hair back. Did nothing. I'm like, it's a hit and miss. It's a reputable company. Temu is a reputable company, but I don't know who they're shipping things from. It didn't used to be this bad. Like, what the freak is going on? I don't know. I can't tell y'all, but I be spazzing out over not ordering stuff. So I said, you know what? I got to figure out something different. And then, let me talk to you about the groceries. And when you ordering your groceries and stuff, that's a no other thing that's happening. And it doesn't have anything to do with the store chain. It has something to do with the people picking your order. It's like, I think I must get the worst shoppers, because every time they say something ain't out and then they switch it to substitute it, I'm like, don't do that. Just give me my money back. Don't send me some stuff. But Tall Tale Thursdays. I got a couple of stories that I want to share with y'all. Molly, you got anything pulled up for me that I done rambled on for 15 minutes about getting the wrong stuff. Look.
Yeah, I said Earl skates on Instagram.
Child, it's a crazy day.
Man, where everybody at? Child, we at LA. LA still on vacation?
He should be home now. He should be just about finished. Well, actually, I can't say that. I don't know if his vacation was 1 week or 2 weeks. He might have looked up and got 2 weeks in there. He might have looked up. I gotta. What you say, baby?
First clip.
Okay.
5 bills that they passed this week that you probably didn't even know because we've been distracted thinking about other stuff. Let's get into it. So the first bill that was passed was the Republican budget that will add trillions of dollars to the debt that America already has, plus cutting $1 trillion in health care for people who need it, as well as giving tax giveaways to the rich and wealthy, because why would they possibly need a giveaway? Okay, number 2, they passed the SAVE Act. Now, I talked to y'all about the SAVE Act before, and a lot of y'all wanted to get into my comments and say that this was never possible. It was not going to happen. Well, baby, guess what? It happened. They passed the SAVE Act, and one of the things that's involved in the SAVE Act affects me and any woman who is married. Okay, so with the SAVE Act, it's pretty much they're trying to reel in who can and cannot vote, trying to make it better, when actuality they're making it worse. So if your birth certificate does not match what's on your ID, which for married women it does not, we will no longer be able to vote. All right, number 3, they passed a bill to endorse the tariffs and block Congress from stopping Trump. They passed a bill to endorse the tariffs. Now, I've been talking about these tariffs all week. These tariffs do not benefit anybody. It don't benefit us. Actually, I'm going to tell y'all what the tariffs do at the end. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to wait till the end to tell y'all what the tariffs do. So because of this war that Trump has started with these tariffs, investors are now pulling out of U.S. bonds. Now, if you don't know what I mean by U.S. bonds, if you know anything about stocks and bonds and the stock markets and stuff like that, and really a lot of people don't know and don't understand that our birth certificates, marriage license, death certificates, all of those things are considered a bond, and they get traded, and millionaires trade on us all the time. But there are people who are pulling out of that, which means that America really don't have no money. Like the people that were investing into America, the reason why we were able to get, loans and all of this stuff, yeah, they pulling out, and it's not really going to be no money to back us. And the consequences of this affects us. It don't affect them. What happens is the interest rate is going to go up. Like if you have a home mortgage, your interest rate will go up. If you have a car loan, your mortgage rate will go up. If you have a personal loan, the interest rate will go up. And we got to pay that. People who can't afford to pay anything else because they're already squeezing us out of every penny because everything is just so expensive right now. Okay, another one, number 4. No rogue rulings. Okay, what they did was they stripped federal judges of their ruling power. They can't rule federally. They can only rule in their local jurisdiction, which is crazy because they're federal judges. So if a federal judge can't rule, what are they doing? What they need it like? Okay, and I'm gonna just get to number 5. They passed a bill eliminating the cap on overdraft fees, which means now if you overdraft your account, your bank can charge you a crazy amount because there's no cap on that. And who exactly does that affect? Us, because we would be the ones overdrafting. Now, who gets the money and the fees? The people who already got a bunch of money. It's a lose-lose situation for the average American. And people are still like, go Trump, go Trump, go Trump. And I'm like, Houseway, when you're an average American, if you're not rich, all of this affects you. So how are you still pro-Trump? 5 bills that they passed this week that you probably didn't even know because we've been distracted thinking about other stuff. Let's get into it.
Now, is what she's saying is true? Is any validity in that? So I Googled last night and I was looking up some of what the SAFE bill is. And it's basically just, it's keeping us safe. For one, I don't see anything wrong with it. See, I'm a single woman and my name gonna match my ID or my birth certificate and all of that. They were saying before that they were for married people, that they were considering them and taking them, making it one vote. I can see how that is very cumbersome, because what if your wife is a Republican and you're a husband and you're a Democrat? Which way would y'all vote when you split like that? I don't think they should do that. I think voting should be an individual thing. But when they're saying that your name got to match the name on your birth certificate, what about the kids that's adopted? What about people who don't have a driver's license and they just have a state ID? But anyway, they saying your name has to match what's on your birth certificate. I disagree with that. But again, I think, like she said, they're doing a bunch of stuff to get our minds off of what they're doing or what they're signing in. I don't care at this point, because it's nothing we could do to stop what's happening. People are not banding together. We still have to go on and live our life no matter who's in the White House. We still got to go on and do the best that we can for us, no matter who's in that White House. You know what I'm saying? Save your peace. You don't stop worrying about stuff that you can't change, and actually start concentrating on the things that we can change. If we out there speaking to the public and we making moves, then that's good for you, because then you're speaking to something that you can actually do. Okay, then that's good. Then you can worry about that or get stuff together to get stuff moving. But if you're just sitting here talking and just going over the bills and looking at what he's doing, it's just like opening a book or looking at the news. So, and when you point out stuff that he's done, point out some stuff that he's done that we actually like, that's actually good. He's done some good stuff that I agree with, and some stuff I don't agree with. But isn't that every president? Barack did stuff that I agree with, and he did stuff that I didn't agree with. And so did Biden. We got to focus on the good things that we could do, the positive things that we could do, and the things that we actually can freaking do and change. Just by me sitting here saying, oh, he wrote that bill, what can I do about it? Can I go and say, hey, don't write no more bills? Hey, take my name off of that, or I'm not included. When we won, you can't do nothing but poke. But if we all could come together and ball up a fist, I said it before, you can knock the hell out of somebody. But first, we got to all get together. What you say, Marley?
I was saying we got the Phil, Hated Destiny, DJ Slicky Woo. They just popped in here.
Hey, what Phil, up, Phil, come on the show. Oh, Phil on the show.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, baby. I want to know about the dang on Sanford and Son.
Oh, hell, Sanford. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed it, man. It went real great. We get ready to sign a contract to go on the road.
Yay! That is great. I am so happy for my baby. Well, who's going to be holding down the barbershop and your other gigs if you on the road?
I don't know if we're going to be on the road that long.
No, let's pray and hope that you on the road for a couple of months.
Well, baby, if I'm on the road in a couple of months, you got it.
Huh?
If I'm on the road for a couple of months, you got it.
Oh, you going to make me get it?
Hell yeah. You know you my go-to. Okay. They love you. Yeah, but I don't see it being like that. We got one. I think we got one confirmed in South Carolina in September.
Get that South Carolina and North Carolina, get it going. Get it
Yeah,
going.
then see where we go from there. But no, it was fine. I mean, it went real well. Better. I hate to say it, better than I thought it was. We
Yeah,
sold out
me.
the arena. We sold out the arena. So
Grand Rising, Phoenix. Grand Rising. Trey's in the building too, but he can't talk right now, so y'all can see him. Like that, my baby is working. Okay, so you know he's saying hey to the people.
You ain't gotta. They see me working. I ain't gotta even do that. They see I
yeah,
be
we
working.
see your ass over there working, trying to do something.
Man, somebody clocking in somewhere. Hello, everybody else home. Hello.
So
Trey said he got to get that
it was
money.
good. You did. I want to see you sing and dance. I wish you got a clip for me. Did they
Well,
let you
there's gonna be a CD coming out. When I get it, you got it.
Okay, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yes. Bubba Bexley singing. What your song you sing? Sing the song, Phil. And
No, I didn't sing a song. I just sung with the rest of the people. I was backup. So I was
Bubba
Phil said,
backup.
backup
don't be trying,
in the
Phil
back,
said you got to pay for that sample, Reese. Don't be trying
singing
to.
in the background.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But nah, it went real good, man. It was good. Yeah, and it
I
was funny
love singing
because
in the back.
some people came up and said that we seen this play 3 times and I was the best Bubba. I'm like, damn, really? Bubba must be bad.
Hey.
If I was the best, the other two must have been bad. Yeah.
So what
Hey,
you got
yeah,
planned?
everybody.
What you got
Huh?
planned for this weekend? You got any more shows? When did they finish the show? Or
Nah, baby, this is my son's graduation week. We heading to
oh,
Philly for his graduation. This rest of my week is for graduation.
Oh, that's great.
congratulations!
It's
Congratulations.
been
Look,
a
and
long
happy
4
Mother's
years.
Day to you, Phil.
Huh?
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, baby.
You know,
Yeah, this
I
been a
want to
long
say,
4
hey,
years.
mother. Like all the mothers they done called you over the years, nigga, you a mother. You a bad
And if I
mother.
keep doing the right thing, I'm sure they will call me that again.
They gonna call you some more mothers, whether you do the
That's
right
right.
thing
You
or the
you
bad
haven't arrived
thing.
and you haven't arrived until you've been called a mother.
You as a mother, you know, you a bad mother. You know,
Uh-huh.
they, look, that's
I
what
hate
they
to
do.
say it, that's one of the highest compliments ever. You mother. Thank you. So what's going on with you guys, man? What's up with you?
I'm holding it down. Oh, I'll be at the Mother's Day show with B Man and the Gwen Factor.
I'll be there.
Okay. So I'll see you. Where you gonna be at graduation all weekend?
Graduation ends on Saturday.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'll be coming back Saturday, so I should be back in town about 3 o'clock. So then I'm gonna head up
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it
Yeah, because
starts from
graduation is tomorrow. We just gotta pack his dorm room up and bring his ass home. So we should be
he's
done
finished
with all that.
college. That makes me want to cry
Make
because
me want to cry too.
it's just so overwhelming.
Make me want to drink. Yeah.
Don't drink, Phil. Don't do it.
Don't
Don't
tell
do
me
it.
that.
My
Tell me
niece,
that. I owe myself that.
Brooklyn is graduating from Duval. She'll be
Okay.
graduating soon. And I love that little girl. I ain't seen her in a minute, but I love her. My brothers
Yeah.
and my daughter. Oh gosh. And then my cousin in North Carolina, she graduated. It's like all of my baby cousins, they growing up.
They growing up on us, Reese. They growing up.
And I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it.
And
I
just
cried
think,
for them.
I
Is
remember
it
back
right?
22 years when he was just a bad decision.
No, he wasn't no bad decision. Your pullout game was slow. Don't blame him because you
That
ain't
was
had
the
no
bad
pullout
decision.
game.
He decided he couldn't pull out fast enough.
It was
Uh-huh.
there you
You
go.
the one that shot him out there.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't shoot him out. It
See?
you wouldn't have him. So that's your bad decision. He ain't make no
Yeah.
bad decision. That was just your weak pull-out game. Like I said,
That's why that nigga nickname is Damn.
His name is what?
His nickname is Damn.
Damn. That could be, wait a minute. That don't mean, is what you make it. Because it could
be. That's what they said. It's what you make it.
The life is what you make it. Look, life is your
but don't get it twisted. I'm proud, baby. I'm feeling real good about this.
So what did he major in?
Criminal science, criminal white collar crime.
Okay, you're gonna lock a lot of them up. Get them all. If they got pussy, get everybody. If they got R. Kelly, get everybody.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Dickie said Big Phil. Slicky in here. Hey, Slicky. Chout said top of the morning, my good people. He said, hey, Trey. Hey, Phil. Hey, Reese. Hey, me. Aquarius said, good morning, everybody. Beautiful love.
What up, family?
Good morning, Aquarius.
Who else in here?
Chout, Slicky.
Destiny.
Destiny.
She said, please don't say all presidents did this or that. I'm thinking, well, y'all must have been talking about something.
We was talking about, I said all presidents have good and all presidents have done bad. I said I didn't agree with everything, none of the presidents. We're talking about the SAFE Act and the 5 things that the lady was talking about, Donald Trump. Molly, can we play the video back?
Well, she said, hold on. She said there's a history of the judiciary branch telling any president he has done something wrong when he has. And over 65% of the history of that happening has been against Trump. And that's a lot.
It'll be against some other presidents, but don't nobody say
because
nothing.
He has, Alice, because he has.
He has. What this is the things that the lady was saying in the video. And the 5 things. And some of the things I'm like, okay, cool. Some of the things I'm like,
things that's just thirsty. Shit.
No, but no, I mean, like I said, some of the things it's cool, but some of the things,
Yeah, we know.
Like, look, my insurance went up.
I'm rolling with you.
And stuff like that, and but look, it is what it is. There she go. Where Weezy at?
I'm right here.
Okay, Molly gonna play it again.
Past this week that you probably didn't even know because we've been distracted thinking about other stuff. Let's get into it. So the first bill that was passed was the Republican budget that will add trillions of dollars to the debt that America already has, plus cutting $1 trillion in health care for people who need it, as well as giving tax giveaways to the rich and wealthy, because why would they possibly need a giveaway? Okay, number 2, they passed the SAVE Act. Now, I talked to y'all about the SAVE Act before, and a lot of y'all wanted to get into my comments and say that this was never possible. It was not going to happen. Well, baby, guess what? It happened. They passed the SAVE Act, and one of the things that's involved in the SAVE Act affects me and any woman who is married. Okay, so with the SAVE Act, it's pretty much they're trying to reel in who can and cannot vote, trying to make it better, when actuality they're making it worse. So if your birth certificate does not match what's on your ID, which for married women it does not, we will no longer be able to vote. All right, number 3, they passed a bill to endorse the tariffs and block Congress from stopping Trump. They passed a bill to endorse the tariffs. Now, I've been talking about these tariffs all week. These tariffs do not benefit anybody. It don't benefit us. Actually, I'm going to tell y'all what the tariffs do at the end. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to wait till the end to tell y'all what the tariffs do. So because of this war that Trump has started with these tariffs, investors are now pulling out of U.S. bonds. Now, if you don't know what I mean by U.S. bonds, if you know anything about stocks and bonds and the stock markets and stuff like that, and really a lot of people don't know and don't understand that our birth certificates, marriage license, death certificates, all of those things are considered a bond and they get traded, and millionaires trade on us all the time. But there are people who are pulling out of that, which means that America really don't have no money. Like the people that was investing into America, the reason why we were able to get, loans and all of this stuff. Yeah, they pulling out, and it's not really going to be no money to back us. And the consequences of this affects us. It don't affect them. What happens is the interest rate is going to go up. Like if you have a home mortgage, your interest rate will go up. If you have a car loan, your mortgage rate will go up. If you have a personal loan, the interest rate will go up. And we got to pay that. People who can't afford to pay anything else because they're already squeezing us out of every penny because everything is just so expensive right now. Okay, another one, number 4. No rogue rulings. Okay, what they did was they stripped federal judges of their ruling power. They can't rule federally. They can only rule in their local jurisdiction, which is crazy because they're federal judges. So if a federal judge can't rule, what are they doing? What they need? Like, okay, and I'm gonna just get to number 5. They passed a bill eliminating the cap on overdraft fees, which means now if you overdraft your account, your bank can charge you a crazy amount because there's no cap on that. And who exactly does that affect? Us, because we would be the ones overdrafted. Now, who gets the money and the fees? The people who already got a bunch of money. It's a lose-lose situation for the average American. And people are still like, go Trump, go Trump, go Trump. And I'm like, Houseway, when you're an average American, if you're not rich, all of this affects you. So how are you still pro-Trump? 5.
Your mic muted, Reese. She took herself.
She done took herself out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, did y'all hear all the 5 things that she was talking about? How many?
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to digest.
How many things that were?
You got our Social Security, all that shit been a bond. So I don't know how people just realizing this shit once Trump getting off. Everything she named already been in place. Things that they switch. Just go Google how do bills get passed, and then you can't keep blaming the president like a dumbass. It ain't no president that can just pass a bill. It got to go through steps. Go on YouTube, research it before you just catch on to people just grabbing people energy. Oh, Trump did this. Trump did this. Trump can't do shit. Joe Biden can't do shit. Obama, none of them can do shit without passing things through Congress. So you see how bills
are passed. That's the problem, Marty. Congress is not acting on it.
They all working together. It ain't no good side, bad side. They will never change a law that passed. When you want change, the only time we got change in America when motherfuckers was dying, when we went to war and people were shooting bullets at each other. Other than that, paper never changed shit. It's just for the motherfuckers who like to play the game to keep people fooled and keep them divided. If you marry, you got to do everything else together. You got to file taxes and everything together. But it's crazy when it comes to voting. That's the one thing they can't come together and make a decision on. That's between marriage couples. Y'all should make a decision. Y'all made the decision to be together. Y'all probably made a decision to get a house, get a kid, get a car. But when it comes to voting, they breaking up families and homes because one person might think Trump, the other person might think Kamala. But at the end of the day, y'all supposed to make this decision together. So I don't know. It's just dumb to me. I think people need to research how bills is passed into law, and then they understand what this lady's saying. Don't make no sense. You can't blame one president for anything. All of them just puppets, and we know that, but we continue to blame it when it's Trump. But when Biden was in there, he's just a puppet. We know he can't really make the laws and the rule. Obama just a puppet. Well, what the fuck Trump is? I get tired of keep hearing this shit. When Trump do something, people forget that presidents just puppets. But when every other president they like, he just a puppet. It's the same fucking shit. I'm just tired of hearing about it. People need to learn and do their own research before they just see a video of some lady saying some random shit.
Well, you know that's on purpose, Molly. That's on purpose, for one, because Trump is an entertainer and he's going to say what he wants to say, so they automatically use him as a scapegoat. First of all, laws don't just get passed after 1 to 2 days. That stuff been in the work for years. So he's the face now, but they've been working on that. That's nothing new.
Exactly.
And again, I agree with that. If now there's a lot of, like, I'm divorced and I didn't change my name back. So if that was an issue, if I wanted to go vote, that would be an issue.
Well, it would be in the next elections, 4 years
I'm
away.
just saying, if that was the case. But like Molly said, if you're married, y'all can just go together. Now, what it is taken away is your option to choose your own personal, your own personal choice. But again, like you said, y'all can go together, y'all can do this together, or whatever. He would have to most likely vouch for you, which is he's your husband. He's supposed to anyway. So it's like, that part of it is one thing, but all the other things, and two, the bonds, all that stuff that's nothing new. We already knew all that stuff. The new part about it is that they're pulling away from it. So it's like collateral. Our birth certificates are collateral.
That's been collateral.
It's collateral. That's why they feel the way. That's why they talk about now. But none of this stuff is new. But yeah, what else they say? It was a lot of stuff that she was saying. But
the thing that gets me is the NSF fees on the bank. Let me tell y'all about. I've been with my bank for 30 years, and them mother suckers. They some mothers too. They will bounce your stuff for a penny, because if they ask you for the overdraft protection, you got to pay for that. I don't want that extra service because I tried to, and then they will hold your stuff. I ain't gonna tell you what bank it is, but I think y'all already know. And,
Yeah, I know.
And they'll take it, and then they're gonna roll it out anyway. So making the NSF fees high, they're gonna it makes you stay on top of your shiznit, or it's gonna make you switch banks and get into a better bank that is protected, that do have a cap on NSF fees and all that. Wells Fargo suck. We know that. I know that from way back before this right here. And I had to switch banks. I mean, it's been a whole bunch of banks. They keep changing their names and doing the same BS. So you want to keep jumping and switching banks, just like you do cell phone companies, just like you do cable companies. How you jump and switch? Oh, they got a better deal over here. Look, we get in where we fit in. But so that's what that's one of the things that affect me. Banks, the loan part, because I gotta pay car note, and the interest going up the car note. So the banks, the interest note on the car note, and it affects me directly in the tariffs. It's going to roll down, it's a trickle down effect as far as that. But like you said, this has already been in work. No one person can do that, and it's already been on the table. He's just picking up somebody else's work and signing off and completing it. They come see what's going on these elections right now. We got to be smart as Democrats and Republicans. Get that old blood out of there and get some new people in there that's just going to have your viewpoint that you feel that you can back and support in Congress and in the Senate and these votes. This is where it counts right here on the low level votes, right? Not the big one. Who in the president, like y'all said, is just the face, is just the puppet. Y'all need to get the people that sit on the board that actually make the executive decision. And it's three parts of the government: it's judiciary, legislative, and Congress. Wait a minute, is that right? Judiciary, legislation, and what's the other one? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Damn it.
Legislative. And
the
name
judicial or something.
Legislative, judicial, and
executive.
Okay, thank you.
We went straight up. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I mean, look, I had a brain fart. It was on my mind.
Yeah, I'm like, no, who is it? Executive. He's
what's crazy is every company, mostly big companies, they have a president. They have everything that we be voting for the United States. Will let you know the United States is a company, and we have a president that's running a company. If you look up and see what a president is to a company, they the second in command. So I always be like, every president to every company is the second in command. They answer to the CEO who actually runs and owns the company. So who the fuck owns the United States for? We always got a president, meaning they second in command. They answering to somebody. Who is that somebody? We never know who that somebody is, so we just always blame the president. No different in companies. You're gonna blame the president. You ain't gonna never really know who the owner is. It's gonna be a group of people. You never know. So you never know who to point the finger to. But I think voting just to get a head count. Like, how else can we get a head count of everybody out here and know who they like and who they dislike, what they like, what they dislike? If we don't get a poll.
Outside of taking a census, and the census, they go around and take the census, and that people will be lying on their census. Stuff don't be correct. People be hiding people. I mean, it's just, because some people say the census, they just want to know how people in your neighborhood. No, they want to know how to allocate the monies that the cities and stuff get. So if you got more people in this neighborhood, you need to allocate more money in this neighborhood. But if you got people in this neighborhood, half the people hiding, you're not going to get the funds for your neighborhood. So when the census people come around, say, 10 mofos live in this house. Roger Jr., Roger, whatever. So you can get the money in your area, in your community. Don't listen to me. That's smart. It's a tall tale. You get in trouble if you do that. But, we're lying to a census. don't think you get in trouble because there's, you know, they like you got to do the census. You got to do why you got to count so they can allocate money. So if we want more money, we got to double our census. Molly, instead of us saying it's just me or you, we got to add 5 more people.
No, you don't.
And all they do is say the names.
I ain't messing with them people.
Oh, but they don't even look to see if the people is real. You sit there. That's why when I was going back through the census, how they used to do, you know, years ago, it could be wrong. They could add extra people in it. The count could be off. I remember a couple of years ago, the lady came to my door. She was tired. People was being rude and nasty to her. And she came in and she spent like an hour here talking to me. I said, come on in, sugar. I said, you thirsty? You need some water? She came and she said, you is the only one that's been kind to me. And I was like, wow.
I told her, get the fuck on. I just told her the same thing. Get the fuck on. Like Jehovah's Witness, when they come knocking, y'all run. So when they want to come talk to y'all about God, y'all don't answer the door. But when they want to come talk to y'all about voting for motherfuckers we don't know that's evil, y'all sit there and talk for an hour. That shit crazy.
Don't say y'all, because I opened the door for Jehovah's Witness too. I studied with them, and I don't, because I gotta listen to what you're trying to say.
Nobody
I gotta see what you're trying to do. I gotta hear what you're trying to say.
My mother used to have them come in and they would do Bible study together.
Yeah.
Mother used to go. She used to make us sit around and they would compare notes.
That's right. That's called studying. That's real studying.
To take their bites and all that. Like,
but Jehovah's Witness not on bikes. You're getting that mixed up with Mormons. That's the Church of the Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
They going out recruiting people. That's all they doing. It's no different than anybody going around trying to sell you something at the door. They selling you religion though. Then hopefully you become a member and you start donating and you add more members. You tell more people about it. It's smart what they doing. I just don't understand why we be so quick to go for those things. Like if a black man was walking around and asking people to do certain things, they wouldn't even go near the door. They probably shoot him or call the police. But when these white people come with these Bibles, or they come and say you should come vote. That's why, like when Kamala was going door to door, her and I think the governor down here, and the dude trying to talk people to taking the jab, and that black dude was like, "Hell nah!" Like, what's in it? He started asking them questions they couldn't even answer. Fauci was in D.C. knocking on doors, like, and some people was opening the door, signing up, yeah. But when you ask them questions, they couldn't answer. Them the ones they wouldn't try to show on TV, but people was posting it on their Instagram and stuff. So I don't trust nothing.
I don't trust nothing either. And then the laws that they trying to get you to, like I said, you know, I agree with some things he doing, some things I don't agree with. But that's me. That's my personal opinion. I could do that. Like I said, all presidents had stuff that I agree with and I didn't agree with. You know, like when the Obamacare, they call it Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. I didn't like that at all because that didn't hit me at all. And it put me in a bad space. Okay. And everybody was like, how? Because the Affordable Care Act was only for the people that was working. Okay. If you're disabled or something and you don't qualify for Medicaid, because believe it or not, there are some people that get Medicare that do not qualify for Medicaid. I want them to automatically do that. If you get Medicare, automatically give them Medicaid so they can get both. But you don't. They won't. They don't do that. And I was a young person and became disabled, and they said, "Oh, that puts you in a gray spot." I said, "What do you mean?" Well, you have to have a job to have the Affordable Care Act. I applied for it. They say it's not for you. You go down to social service. Oh, you get Medicare and you worked all your life and you got all of your credits in. Listen to what I'm saying. I worked all my life and have all of my credits in, but you don't qualify for the insurance, the extra insurance to cover you. It's like if you do the right thing, you get penalized because I worked all my life. Because
you can tell your life like you lived 100 years already. How old was you? You said you was young, and you was
young.
handicapped. You
It became
handicapped young. Meaning
disabled.
that you young. You ain't worked that long. I mean, you ain't worked
No,
that long.
it
You
happened in
don't
my
work
40s.
your
I
whole
have
life. At 1 years old, they put you out there.
But they give you. I got all my credits in. You could be young and have all your credits. I worked over 30 years. I had all my credits.
Young shit, that ain't young. If you started working at 20, 19, 30 years, you're 49 years old.
Well, people that don't, because the lady said this is what makes me different. Most young people have not had all their credits, and they qualify for. My uncle don't have all his credits, and he qualified for both Medicare. He has Medicare, and he qualified for Medicaid. They told me because I get too much in Medicare that I don't qualify for state aid. That's what they told me. They said, "Oh, you worked all your life. You make too much. You don't qualify." Most people that don't have all their credits in get SSI. Y'all look it up, so y'all know the difference from it. When you don't got all your credits, they give you the SSI.
I just know they give you a lot of both. Like you ain't gonna have both. Like at the top-notch service, you're gonna have one. You're getting a lot of cash, and you can take care of things with.
You don't get a lot of cash. That's not a lot of
cash.
cash.
It's a lot to do, but I'm saying they're not gonna give you as much food stamps as cash. They're not gonna give you Medicaid, Medicare, everything. They're gonna give you little bits based off the income they're giving you. You know, like you got to take care of your rent and all that stuff. They're not gonna give you stuff that like you can just fill your refrigerator up, your hospital bills, all taken. They basically taking.
They're not gonna make you comfortable. They only give you enough to put your head above water, and that's only enough to make you do two things. Either you're going to change the way you live and conform, or you're going to get mad and try to do something about it. That means you're going to keep trying and keep. I'm mad about it. So I want to keep trying. I keep trying. I keep pushing. I keep going. I keep trying to do better. Some people sit back and just say, F it. I'm not going to say F it. I keep trying and keep trying to do better. That's because I'm a fighter, and that's what I do. I try to fight. Sometimes I get pulled back and get knocked the fuck down, but that don't mean I have to stay down. That means I find another way to do what I need to do. Like, for example, they run out of funding to fund the injections in my eyes. I don't have $1,500 a month to pay on eye injections. I can't afford that. Who can afford that, right? You gotta have some. This is after insurance payday part. And the charity that's working with me ran out of funds. Good Day ran out of funds. This is the first time I heard of a charity running out of funds. But they did because there was a lot of people draining and pulling on that charity. Right.
Yeah.
So, right. So, and I agree with the immigrant situation, because a lot of people from all over whatever that never lived in this country, never paid into this country, never put 1 red cent into this country, was able to take money out the till. Now, where they do that at? And a person like me that was born in this country, worked all my life in this country, and paid all my dues that I'm supposed to because I got all my credits in, and they telling me I can't take nothing out. Do that make sense? You would think they get the people.
They finesse you. They push it back. About time you retire, you can be able to die. You can be able to enjoy that retirement. That's the whole goal. So people that's having early retirement due to injury and stuff, they gonna make sure you don't live a retirement lifestyle. Like you're not about to just be out here and travel and just live life how you. Nah, they do that perfectly. They keep you here, because you can eventually help other people get where they need to go, and they don't need that. So it makes sense. It makes sense. It don't make it right though. What up, JB?
No, it's not right. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to save my save this, save that. I'm fighting through the circumstances, and that's the great tape. And so that Obamacare didn't Obama nothing. It got me jacked up, and I was like, man,
that's how it works. That's how it works. Like these dudes out here, they get shot, and you know they need medicine for the pain, or they get hurt, anything. They put them on Percocets and stuff, and then when they start to heal up, they might still feel pain from time to time. When it rains, it hurts them, and they like, we can't keep giving you perks. You know, you no longer cover for perks. So what they do, they start finding it on the streets. They start buying it elsewhere. It's just different from yours. Is you depended on these eye injections. Now they're like, we can't give it to them. You can't buy that on the streets. You can't just find somebody like, can you, you know, I need some shots in my eye. But it's the same thing with everything. They get us on something, get us taking it for years, and then they just take it from us. And then we gotta figure out how can we get it. Like, how
Then
can we
what's
get
going to
that?
happen? They said, "Oh, you could pay. I would be paying the rest of my life doctor bills. You know that because I'm paying a little bit on. I try to bring my medical bills down. I'm gonna be paying the rest of my life because if Medicare covers 80%, 20% is $1,500 because each injection is like 7,000, and you pay whatever the allowed amount, and then the allowed amount is, and that's some big old, big, nice, hefty chunks left for me to pay. And what Good Days was doing, they was paying for the medications that I get the injection covered. I would take care of the actual visit myself, but they was paying for the medication that they put in my, and that helped a lot. Okay. Now they don't have that program anymore because it's dried up. So I asked my doctor, I said, what's going to happen? Oh, you can still get your shots and be on a payment plan. I'm going to be paying for freaking ever for the rest of my life because I can't afford $1,500 a month. Now, my objective is to let this comedy stuff take off, to let these books and stuff take off, where I can be in a position where I can pay. Because I'll still get my Medicare because I'm disabled, where I can pay my 20% without struggling. And then maybe I can start a charity to help other people be able to pay their bills too.
Yeah, that's nice. And you probably bring more awareness to this, and people will donate to these charities, you know, and help people in your position. But a lot of people probably start to find other things to donate their money to, and they just do it for write-offs, you know. So a lot of them rich people.
Good Days. If anybody out there, it's called Good Days. That's the charity that helped me because I'm like, I don't like getting them freaking shots. I get them in both eyes, but it keeps me able to see what I can see.
What up, funny man?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Cool.
So, you know, a lot of stuff I don't agree with what they do, and a lot of stuff I do. I haven't felt the effects of the terrorists as of yet because I'm not a big company that's ordering stuff from another country, and you will get taxed on our end. You know, if they and they can afford, these companies can afford to pay a little bit more because they get the stuff really cheap. Like they get, I saw the thing, the man said you get a box of t-shirts. You're a company and you're doing business, like with my logo and stuff. And I get it, and they said we're gonna have to add. I usually pay 10. We're gonna have to charge you 15. So you pay the extra because now I sell my t-shirts at $20. Then that means I'm gonna have to go up to $25 to cover the extra that's been passed on. And us as the consumers, we'll get the adjusted price, like whatever extra they gotta go up on, because they don't want to lose any of their money. They don't want to say, well, I'm gonna take one for the team and I still be rich. They want to be filthy, stinking rich. They could cut, the rich people and the manufacturers could cut their costs enough where the tariffs won't affect the consumers if they cared about the consumers. But because they don't and the prices go up, there you have it. But if we stick together as consumers and say, if you go up, then we won't buy from you. We'll go somewhere else, just like they boycotted Target and stuff. Target lost millions or whatever. So if you get a company that's not that's trying to get you with the tariffs that actually can afford, you know, that margin right there because they get it in at such a discount and they don't have to pass that burden on to you, and they still will be okay, rich and fine, That'd be great, but instead they want to be stinking filthy rich. How rich do you want to be? You can't take your riches. Those not the kind of riches you should strive for, because those riches spoil, mold, decay, die, just like we all die. Nobody cares about the condition of the human man no more. Nobody cares. Hell, we don't even care about the condition, because we figure if it ain't bothering me, I ain't gonna worry about it. And I was like that too. I was like, well, you know, I didn't know nothing about the system, about when you disabled or none of that, because you don't know how they do things or how they treat you.
Right.
You know, if you don't know, you know, right? And if it don't happen to you, you don't need to know. You know, that's one of the things on the need to know basis, what's going on with your fellow man. Now that I've seen a lot of stuff and witnessed a lot of stuff, I'm like, I can't believe this. This is the process. This is how they do. Why ain't nobody said nothing before? Because a lot of stuff is not okay.
A lot of people are quiet, especially our elders, because all they know is to survive. They don't, we have gotten a lot of preparation because they weren't prepared. And a lot of stuff, especially rumors, a lot of things that we're dealing with now, they just dealt with. It's new to them, but they don't take the time to tell us, because in their mind, I had to deal with it. You got to deal with it.
But it's different. It's different. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it's responsibility.
Wait a minute, Weezy, you breaking up?
I said, nobody warned you, but since you know now, it's your responsibility to share, which is what you're doing now. And you know, the fact that we have access to information, a lot of people don't take that as they just they want to be and do all that other stuff. But we have to.
I can't hear nothing you saying.
That's for us.
What you say?
I said, since we have the information, it is our job to share it. It is our job to explain these things and not get caught up in the hype, but to share the truth. To you know, again, aging is different. The different things that's going on in the government are sneaky. We know this is propaganda. It's just bullshit.
And you know what else? They was like, oh, you too young to be disabled. I got sick of oops of Dr. Butt because of the way they got the food industry and all that what we put in our gut. A lot of younger people is getting sicker at a younger age. I have never seen as many people, young folk in 40s and up, on dialysis. I used to see all these people in 65, 70, the older people on dialysis. Now it's all the young people on dialysis, kidney problems and disease.
Everybody drink. Everybody, you know, it's a lot.
But even not the drinking, it's the food we eat and all of that stuff. It's the young age. It's not like our parents used to be.
Yeah, but a lot of that is not our control, Reese. A lot of the stuff, we can't do anything about the chemtrails. We can't do anything about how they make our food. We can't do anything about how the water is. We can't do anything about that. Of course, we can go, and I really don't want to say, but we can go to the natural springs and get our own water. But we don't have natural springs here in the city. We don't have natural springs here close by. We have to travel to go there. We can grow our own food, but then if we grow too much, there might be a problem. But still, we can do that. We have control over certain things. What we don't have control of, we can't stress out. What we can do is do what we can. We can teach. We can learn, we can show, we can stop believing everything that they show us on TV and stop stressing the fuck out over shit we don't have no control over. That makes it worse. We can move our bodies, we can commune, we can socialize, we can love on each other. These are things we have control over. What we don't have control over, we
gotta look out for each other. We gotta look out for the sick and the disabled. Because when that lady said, oh, you in the middle, there's no help for you because you're not old enough to be sick. And you get sick, you be like, wait a minute, what you mean? I'm too young to be disabled. And they keep turning you down because they're turning you down because of your age. Oh, you too young to be disabled. Do y'all know the poison that y'all feeding us? That's why we younger people is getting disabled, because they're sick. And then it's our legislation now, executive and all that set up these stupid laws and about what you can get. If they tell you we're gonna raise the cost of living, why don't they raise the food stamps? Why don't they raise the eligibility? Who can get it? If they say you can't make no more than this, but they're gonna give you cost of living, but you still down here, or you don't qualify, they make it so you won't have to qualify. They make it so you won't. They give you only enough to survive, and if you can't function off that little bit, you die. And that's what they want. The gray people in the gray area, they want you to go away.
Yeah, what is some of the things that people would like to do that they can't do other than pay their medicine?
Oh, for their medicine?
Yeah, like they take care of the medicine and everything else.
They don't take care of your physical therapy. Some people need physical therapy. I'm like a person need physical therapy. I want to get back right, so I'm trying to make the moves to get back right because I'm not sitting down. I'm not going to stop and sit down. I was going to physical therapy. Y'all remember? I was doing good with physical therapy. What did they do? Oh, the new year come in. They went. I'm going to pay from $40 to $70 a fucking visit. Who can afford? And I got to take 2 times a week.
That's what I'm saying. Like Planet Fitness costs $20 a month. You can go there and basically do the same shit. Why is it that we need them to actually put us in a room full of probably 6 people, that motherfucker, and tell us left leg, right leg, move this way, move that way?
Because if you're disabled or sick or you need somebody to help you so you don't fall, so you don't hurt yourself.
That's what I'm saying. You can have people that do that. It's people that will go to the gym with you. It's people that's professional trainers.
Wait a minute, you said they go to the gym with you, but you got to pay
them.
Yeah,
hell yeah, the same way you paying them, $40 to $70, but it'd be cheaper. It's probably $20 a month. You know, it's like it ain't that much. Could it be so many of them that the group pays for the session? So people think it's $100 a session. No, if it's 20 people and everybody paid $20, $400 for an hour. A lot of people like to make $400 an hour to tell everybody do the same thing, right leg, left leg. But I'm saying, like, when I get old, hopefully I can still get to the gym.
Old, Molly, watch your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. You keep saying you worked your whole life like you old. Then get your ass up, walk down the street. You shouldn't have to depend on them to tell you this is what it takes for you to get back in shape. And no, you know what it takes. You smart. You ain't no dummy. You know you got to stand up, walk around the corner, and come back. And that's good. It just sucks that we always get in this debate. If they don't do it for us, we'll sit there and just die. Hell no, get the hell up. If you need it to get you up, then we need to get up. You need to find a trainer, 20, 25, then that's it. If you can go to therapy, that'd be great. I think that is your best option, but they're going to cut you out. Don't give up there and say, I can't do it now. Say, shit,
I've done stuff that I could do at home, like the exercise they give me. I order my bands, so I'm working with my bands. I ordered my little foot thing. I'm working with it like they told me in the gym. Some things that I can't do is some of the stuff, but I do what I can.
Doing the chair workouts. Remember you was doing that?
Yeah, look, I got messed up the other day. My groin hurt trying to do what Sierra did when she bent over the chair and tried to hold herself up. That shit. Oh,
I say stop blaming other people. Take responsibility for bad habits. What y'all talking about?
The government and the different programs.
Medicaid. Oh, okay. They be finessing us though. I hear it all the time. We ain't got no programs in the community, you know, so that's why these kids acting the way they do, you know. So it's like, yeah, they right, you know, but it's still people out here that can go around these neighborhoods and pick these kids up and take them places. You know, you can start something, grab them and take them to different environments, and that's what they've been doing lately. But before that, it was confusing because we used to have in the rec center, everybody go to number 11, everybody go to the club, and you join the team. We ain't had that no more. These kids was finding other things to do, and it wasn't nothing good. So now people had to take in their own hand and say, look, let's start a basketball team, and let's start a program to teach them do this, do that. And now you're starting to see more kids getting out the street. They get more involved back into sports, into music, into camera. But it's like we had to take it in our own hand. We can't just sit back and wait and depend on them to do things for us. If we do, it ain't gonna never get done, or it's gonna take too long to get done. Only on some things. Some things we do gotta sit back and wait. Like we waited for that hospital on MLK. It's finally here, but now we got a trauma center in Southeast. So if somebody gets shot, they can get saved right there. They don't have to drive them all the way uptown. They die on the way to the hospital. That tends to happen a lot where we came from, and it wasn't no way to solve it. But now it is. They got a hospital. We've been asked for a hospital for over 15, 20 years.
Do you know anybody that's been to the hospital? How is it? Or, you know?
I heard it's real nice. Like, I ain't been in there, but, you know, of course, it's everything new. You know, everything new. So far,
did they put it on where the old
it's right by St.
Where the Southeast used to be? On Willow
Road? It's on St. Eve. That's about to be something else. That's about to be like
it's over there off Martin Luther King Avenue, over there where St. Elizabeth at.
Okay, by Anacostia train station.
Get there way before you get there.
Over there by Anacostia train station.
Yeah, it's closer to the station.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go over there and just see. I mean, I don't want to go over there to be a patient or nothing.
And they have an area called Sycamore and Oak where they have food places. They have healthy food stores over there. They have clothing stores like black owned stuff over there.
And it's called
Sycamore and Oak. It's right there behind Congress Heights Station, but it's off Martin Luther King Avenue, so you can get it.
You know, that's what I love about DC. They got so many, so much stuff that can help you along the way. Different from Maryland and PG County. PG County is supposed to be one of the wealthiest, whatever, in the nation, but they don't care. PG County don't care about their folks like that. It's like the upper class is like, oh, well, those are poor people problems. So we're not going to fund money into helping putting stuff so the lower class citizen can be okay. We're not going to help. Or if they do got it, you got to look with a fine tooth comb. But the people coming on helping me is a lot of programs. They gave me a list, and she's gonna be here Friday. But I don't know if she's gonna be on the show. But I got another meeting with her Friday. It's from Beatrice Open Hearts. That's who's gonna help me and assist me. She was like, "Well, out there, what is it that you want to do?" I said, "I want to get better. I want to get stronger." You know, and she was like, "Well, that's your focus. That's your goal." I said, "Yeah." So help me with the things that I can't get help with. I want the help. And the things that I can't control, like my eyes, the injection, I can't control that. That's in God's hand. But me getting up, me moving, me trying to put the right thing in my system and everything, that's in my hands, right? So I can control what I can control, and what I can't, I just leave it to the Creator. So.
Sure, next video. It says Shrek and Fiona. Sure.
It says what?
Shrek and Fiona.
Okay.
I think there's Drewski and his girl. Oh, I think it's his girl.
Yeah, I got PCOS, so yeah.
You said PTSD? PTSD?
No, PCOS.
What's PTOS on?
It's polycystic ovary syndrome.
That ain't no pH balance. That ain't no coochie pH balance.
Nah, baby, that pussy fire. I was about delicioso. Yeah, that's why you like me. Cause you know I'm gonna look thick. You know when you eat your collard.
Full of bread.
Yeah.
That's why you bloated.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You gonna have to pop your ass in that stomach.
Yeah.
Pop that motherfucker like a balloon, like a piñata. Post him up for Dada.
You should have put. I told you, I'm a big bitch. I don't want no drink. I wanted some food.
This farting like a toad, man. I'm about to throw her in the water. Ain't no way you should be this gassy. Not on no date. Help!
Juicy King. Girl, we on that track.
Get your stink ass off this boat. I know your drawers were too. Go ahead. No, stay in the middle. You too big to try to go left or right. You can't go right or left. You got to go straight. Go straight when you get to the side. No, when you get to the side, man.
But we both big as fuck.
Grab that right there. Oh, no. I'm leaving your ass. You stay your ass. I'm getting the
Why
fuck
would
out.
you leave me like that? You fucked up.
Your
Get out
stank
there,
ass need a fucking diaper. This is exactly where we need to leave this right at this damn barn. Fuck.
I'ma fuck you up. Nigga, I got your name for nothing.
You smell like shit.
How your big ass
You smell like shit.
How the fuck you gonna leave me?
That wasn't even a fart. That was a little bit of shit came up out of there. A slither of shit came.
Okay,
I tried to do a nice fucking day. You gonna do this shit. Have fun in that swamp.
let me out this motherfucker. Ah! Mind that rid of your board. Damn. Where's the edge? What the fuck? I'm supposed to get back up there. He really fucking left me. That shit crazy fucking work. But I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
Hi y'all, what up everyone? This is LA Josh Preston, host and producer of the podcast with LA Josh Preston, every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live and on Twitch. But in the meantime, you're listening to Althea McFarlane and the Morning Mac Show. Hey, play with it, but don't play with it.
That skit was funny. They're supposed to be on a date, you know, the first date, and it kind of went left. And I can look, ladies, come on, be honest. You eat certain food, it will get you muchos gassy ass. You like, how you doing, muchos gassy ass? You just let them know. Look, I done ate some cabbage. I done ate some broccoli. You know, because those are the gassy vegetables that we eat, and we'll have you farting like a toad.
Or if you know the day, you have to eat certain things the day before.
But they don't care, Weezy. A lot of these, we got to teach the young ladies how to be ladies, okay? We got to teach them the etiquette because a lot of people don't care.
That's some big girl shit, man. I think that's big girl.
That ain't no. I'm a big girl. That ain't no big girl.
That ain't no girl. I never been a girl that just be farting around me. Definitely on no date.
What she eats. If it don't matter.
If she fart, I wouldn't know though. She probably go out somewhere, but just openly farting like I don't know why y'all think that's cool. That ain't cool. That's a turn off.
Exactly. It would turn me off too.
You would do it. You like farting in front of people too. That's why you laughing.
Who?
You just like her. You farting and shit, thinking it's funny. That shit ain't fun.
I don't fart in dates and fart in front of people like that, Molly. I do not, because I'm a lady. I know how to conduct myself accordingly.
Yeah, she couldn't.
And I can't help my gas anyway. If I fart, I just fart. I don't even, because I had surgery down there, I can't feel it no more. I don't know what nothing is. So if my stomach move, I'm gonna get up and move and go to the bathroom, whether I gotta poop or pop, it don't matter. I'll remove myself. So no, that ain't me. That ain't cool. And I would make sure that my insides was clean before I get on some freaking boat. And anything that I do, I'm gonna be bending or lifting to have pressure on that stomach. And you can't eat you got to eat the right things. And like Weezy said, you know, if I know I'm going on a date, like I know I'm going on a date Saturday, I'll be out Saturday. I start my process early, so my body can be right for Saturday.
A couple of
days. You heard me.
I do that. I don't play that. If I know I got a date. And I like a lot of mix of vegetables. I like a lot of vegetables. I still eat meat too, but I like different vegetables. And some vegetables, like asparagus, will make your urine stink. Don't eat asparagus. Matter of fact,
don't eat no asparagus. Don't eat no seafood. Don't eat no, because tuna
will make you get tuna. And I like tuna, but you don't eat it that way because, you know, especially if your body, like my body is very natural for the most part. I don't do medicines. I don't do anything. So anything I eat goes straight. It'll come out. I can smell it. It's certain things I just cannot because everything goes through me. No, if I know I got somewhere to be or I plan on doing something that you got to get real close to me, I'm only eating certain things.
That's right.
And I'm definitely going to be drinking a lot of water and cranberry juice to what it is. So you have to know better. And that's, you know, we got her behind just was letting it out. It could have been her. Bathroom, he went and got on that boat.
And she didn't even say excuse me, not once. She said she farted, she's thinking. And he said, oh, She thought it was funny, you know, for a date. That's not how ladies.
I
That's
would
not
have been.
how you do a date. You could be big, small, it don't matter. That's not how you carry yourself on a date. If you're a lady, act like a lady. That's anybody. So don't say that's no big girl stuff. Don't put that stereotype on us because you say, oh, that's a big girl stuff. Then they would think that every big girl in the world do that because it's a negative thing, and they don't throw that stereotype over here.
All the big girl, that's the big girl shit, man.
Me and Weezy big girl, but that ain't none of our shit.
Y'all start going to that back before y'all take.
That's right. You got two big girls on the line, and we telling you that ain't no big girl shit.
You already told us the incident when you was on a date and you did that, so that's why I said that.
That was sick, being sick.
You want to sick? You ate some, and it slipped out.
That wasn't
same thing. What happened to her, right? I thought that's
that was totally different.
It was worse than hers. I just thought it was something that big girls do. You know, y'all eat a lot.
It ain't nothing that nobody do. People do the same thing. Don't be saying nothing that something no big girls do. Don't be putting no stereotype.
I only heard big girls doing it. I didn't hear no small girl do this yet. I heard her and I heard you say that. I always hear
because they ain't woman enough to stand up.
But y'all comedians though. It might be a comedian thing.
They just not woman enough to stand up. Some things they say, "Oh, I would have never said that. I would have never told that." So don't say that it's a bigger thing. It's not.
Thank you.
JP said big girls gonna make sure they extra clean and fresh.
Got extra folds.
Thank you.
We got stuff. Look, don't play that. You make sure that's another thing.
I just thought all girls would, but I just hear all the big girls keep farting and shit and doing things. So
let me let you in a little secret. Skinny bitches fart and shit too. Okay.
But they don't do it opening. They don't do it on the
just
date.
some videos. I could pull up some videos with a skinny
how you know about videos?
Into
Fox, so you into Fox and then shit. It's just you into that. How would you know what videos?
Look, wait, because it came across.
Hey, what was the video about? A big girl smell?
Big girl farting on the date.
She what?
She was farting doing. She was being a troll on a date. She was being nasty.
She was farting.
Yeah, on a date.
Oh my God.
Always talking about right and doo-doo, right?
And Wally said that's a big girl thing. I said no.
I thought it was, but now it's a Reese thing.
Rolling around queefing for no reason. I mean, I ain't know.
I met her soul sister. That's my girl. I forgot Juicy Girl for a name though. She funny as shit. That big girl, she had me dying laughing. My girlfriend watched them. She watched like a TV show. They got like a show together.
Hey, Josh, question, y'all. He said to the fellas, have you ever had a woman fart during a date?
Hell nah. That's what I never did. If I did, I didn't know. I probably didn't know she farted. She ain't let me know. You know, it's weird. I don't think I ever farted on a date, like openly. Like I just think that's some things that people both try not to do.
Right.
I never been around nobody had an accident either, so you know I can't imagine how that would have went. I probably just left her there.
Then that's rude on your part.
My daughter have accidents
out of the person's control.
Shit, no, it ain't.
Some people, it's some things. If you have medical reasons for why some things happen, Molly.
Slicky said doing sex he did.
Oh,
that probably the coochie farting though. Slicky, you probably wanted her.
No, it might have been her. Sometimes, depending on what position. If them legs up and you don't know you have to pass gas, it usually don't stink. Like I did that one time. I was so embarrassed. I didn't mean to do it.
It's a Reese being a straw.
Yeah. She being a straw person today. What does that mean, Josh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to wait till I know he got another line after that. If so, I didn't know. That's just discussing on the first date.
Yeah, you're trying to get the other person. You better excuse yourself on the bathroom.
They be cool as long as it ain't the first date. You saying y'all get to know each other, let loose sound like, you know. So
No, not even when you get to know each other. Because I tell the joke about when my grandparents been together so many years, it's just respect. You don't want to funk up nobody's air. If you know you got gas, you just go to the bathroom.
They air. It's y'all air. The air belongs to everybody.
Everybody, but you don't need to smell what my stomach smell like. You don't need to smell.
I ain't trying to smell it.
Exactly.
Man, he used to punish the whole goddamn room, and he'd laugh. He'd just be laughing. We already knew. So you like, man, he'd be looking like, you like,
men do that and blame it on the elephant under the table. It's a joke. It is funny what's funny is how everybody reaction to it. We was at a group at a party, and somebody, who was that? It was at a go-go. Who was that blew it up? And half the people, gosh, I can't think of the person's name, but he did it, and we was like, because it's like, oh my gosh, that smell. And it was like, oh, you rotten. Somebody over here rotten, like that. So it's the reaction, and everybody was laughing. But we didn't like this fart. We didn't like the smell. But it was, why is it funny when a group of people get together and somebody bust their ass?
Because it's just out of nowhere.
It's a group thing,
My cousin, he had a condition where he had no control over his gas. It was an issue with his stomach. But this boy could pass gas for 5 minutes straight.
Man.
Well, what did he do because gas, what did he do when this food did? I bet it really stinks when he got to go to the bathroom.
Have surgery, but they didn't, it was just happening. They thought he was doing it on purpose. But when he started going, like letting it loose for a long time, they realized it was an issue because he would be wore out by the time he finished. But it was gas, it was air being trapped in his stomach and his intestines.
Oh,
so the really, really long, small intestine 20, long intestine like 10 feet or whatever. And so it would be gas trapped in there, and he had to get it out. His mother used to have to massage his stomach, but we would be cracking up until that smell hit.
Because that gas, that air went through some shit in it. And that's when the smell comes. When it passes through, when that air is passing through the feces, that's where you get that smell. With the bad smell.
Nigga said his grandmother was upstairs and they was downstairs and got he was smelling her from down bottom. Oh nah.
My grandmother used to say there's more room out than it is in.
Flagellism. That's what it's called.
Flatulence. It's called flatulence.
Man.
Flatulence. Yes.
Josh said, how many young people do you know on dialysis?
Oh, I know a lot. My sister's on dialysis, and Kevin's on dialysis. One of my girlfriends passed. Rest in peace. She was on dialysis. It was a lot of people, young people, like they weren't even 50 yet, and it's like, damn, what's wrong with your kidneys? Kidney problems. And we didn't used to see, when I was 30 and 40, people in their 60s and 70s will be the ones that you hear about with kidney problem and rectal and colon and all that kind of stuff. But now it's the age gap is younger of people that suffering with dialysis, with kidney problems and organ transplants, organ problems.
Yeah,
so
that's got first, because remember, you didn't used to see dialysis centers. It would be in the hospital. You were rarely, dialysis was not, like you said, that was quote unquote for the older people.
Yeah.
They got centers everywhere now.
But that's because of what we putting in our body, what they're giving us, and they know it's going to mess up your kidneys. A lot of these high blood pressure medicine, I'm going to tell y'all something. No, I'm not a doctor, but it's my opinion and experience, and I did some research. A lot of that blood pressure medicine that they give you messes up your other organs. So medicine for man is not good. So they know what they feeding everybody. So they know they're going to need more dialysis center because they know the medicine that they're giving is messing up people's kidneys. Left and right. You hear about long-term use of certain medications. I ain't going to say the names, and they give it to you Oh, mess your kidney up. Oh, people think it's the diet.
Oh, antibiotics mess
They're
your
doing it's
kidney.
the medicine that they give you. And a lot of people don't know that. Like, remember I said it's the circle of death. The government approves certain stuff to come in the U.S. The people, the doctors give you certain medication. You take it because it's approved. The doctor give it to you. You take it. Then you get sick. Then you're contacting the law firm to go after the pharmaceutical company that put that poison out there because they knew it was poison when they put it out there.
You can't.
Then you lobbying your government again.
You
Before
can't
they take it off. It's a circle of death.
They cannot sue the pharmaceutical company and not sue the people that create the immunization. You can't sue them. It's in the paperwork.
Yeah.
But that, I'm not talking about the immunization. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about other medications.
You can't sue them, and they don't tell you that. But in that paperwork, you got to read that paperwork because they tell you what's in it. They got to tell you. They have to tell you, and they give
what? What's that? With what?
With medications.
No, you can't sue. You know how many lawsuits out there from pharmaceutical?
But they're not gonna win.
Well, I won. We had a class action suit.
They would win like once they like company in a whole get sued. They be like 30 years later they found out this company.
They got sick.
Yeah, they don't be reliable. I just don't like the fact that they sue these companies like Johnson and Johnson for shit they've been doing for 30 years, and they just slap them on the wrist with a fine. Like, yeah, we fine them, but they still got shit on the counter. How that people lost their lives? You know, like, what you gonna say?
No, I said, yep. They still. Some of them might change one thing in the recipe, or they might change their name and come back as something else, but it's still the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. Guess what they do that else too? They do that in nursing homes. Nursing homes get sued doing business as, and they change the name and come back as something else and still killing people.
Yeah,
I think you know. Like I said, it's the circle of death. And I'm like, our government, our FDA government lets stuff come in that's harmful. So if they blocking and stopping harmful stuff from getting in, I'm all for it. It's like the use of red dye 40. Yeah, take it off the market. It's killing people. It's causing cancer. And they put that and all that stuff, they're putting it in everything. We as a people, all in America got to be conscious of what we give and put in our body, what we give our children, what we put in our body. I believe some of that stuff that the kids eat make them go crazy, make them not act right. After they eat it, they want to do crazy stuff and crash out and stuff. You know, and it's like, what are they eating? What are we feeding our kids? What are we giving our children? I used to think Lunchable was a good thing until I found out it wasn't. I used to think the Nugget Kids meal was a good thing until I found out it wasn't. So what? They got apples in it. It's just how they package stuff. They give you poison, and depending on the package, we consume it like it's candy. And they hurting everything we eat, even the candy. It used to be a time where you could be a fat kid and not get hurt. Now it don't pay. Like JoJo Baby make his own candy. You have to make your own. Make your own candy. Make your own. It's just
still got to depend on them on the ingredients. It's crazy. I got next clip up is one of Trey clips. Y'all man, please like, please share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
I'm glad you commented this because I've never talked about this on TikTok before, and I don't know why. Alquimation is when they liquefy human remains. It's like cremation, but with water. So for a while, it was going around that these bodies that were going through the aquamation process were being basically put in our water supply. So the news outlet said, no, this is not the way it's happening. They use the water to break down the body. It leaves behind only fragments of bones and teeth, as well as a sterile liquid solution. That liquid is sent to wastewater treatment facilities, which are systems separate than used to produce clean tap water. So the question is, can wastewater become drinking water? The answer is yes. This is how they do it. There is a process where they kill the bacteria, you know, all those things. They filter out what needs to be filtered, and once that is complete, the water is sent to natural water supplies. It mixes with the natural water supply, is filtered again, and makes its way back to homes and businesses through water lines and pipes. California is one of those states that allows wastewater to be turned into drinking water. And you know what California also allows? Aquamation. If you live in the state of California, you might just be drinking and washing with liquefied dead bodies.
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Chow Bout, aka Bout Got Jokes. And every morning, Monday through Friday, you can catch me tuned into the Morning Mac Show on Facebook Live with Althea McFarlane, Molly Robinson, and my guy Big Trey. So if you ain't know, now you know. Play with it, but don't play with it.
So I'm not surprised about the waste being turned to water because everything is cycled and recycled. That's surprising. The liquidation, or the liquidation of the. I'm not even surprised about that.
Liquidation of the human remains.
I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised about nothing that happens in this world. I see it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not surprised at all. Nothing shocks me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
Good
just a
one,
different
Trey.
way to get rid of the.
Okay, well, yeah, that's nice.
It's just a different way to get rid of the dead. Because it's so many people are dying, they burning up people. When they throw their ashes in the water, what happens? You get filtered. It's in the rivers, in the sea. It's in the waste, just like our feces waste. And they turn that into tap water. They turn everything, the filtration process after they put a chemical in there to kill everything. Then they say take the smell away and the color. Then okay, you can drink it again. And it's against the law to collect rainwater. So I didn't know that either. So if you out there, people, and you think rainwater is okay, it's not, because it's coming through these filthy, not clouds, but our smog smoldering over us. All the chemicals they put in the skies, the chemtrails and all of that. That's why rainwater isn't naturally good anymore, because we done polluted the airs. The clouds are so polluted.
Jeez. Yeah, burn me up, Chuck. They burn me up. I don't know. I think they've been doing it. They've been doing it with your shit, your piss. They just filter that stuff out and circle it right back to you. That's nasty. That's what they doing in LA. Though I'm not shocked, but LA probably not the only place they doing this at. So it's just like, now that we know, it's just like, what can we do about it? There was some things, like we just said, some things we just can't do nothing about. And I think that's one of them. They put metals inside the water. So even if you're drinking tap water, you swallowing small pieces of metal. So it's like the chemtrails, some things we just got no control over. But I do think you can get a filter. That might help. They got other little things. You can get a treatment bag to clean your water. It's all types of things that we shouldn't have to do, but it's extra steps that we should start taking just to make sure we safe. No different than cleaning your fruit or your veggies. We clean it because we know it's dirty, so you don't just grab your apple and bite into it. So now it's like, damn, you can't just grab your water and drink it. You got to actually make sure it's good. You got to filter it out and make sure it's good drinking water, because if not, you can be drinking, motherfucker just died last week, and all types of chemicals and all. I don't trust it. I just cause they do everything at mass, and the FDA approves so much stuff. Even if bugs and hair and stuff get in it, as long as it's a certain percentage, they will let it pass through. So it's like, what's the difference with this? It's like some little bit of percentage get into something. They ain't even gonna say much. That's why they add fluoride into the water. That's obviously in there to kill some type of germs. But at the same time, fluoride affect us as well. So it's like, no matter what they do, they always doing something to help one thing, but it hurt us elsewhere. So it was a good video, though. I like it, Trey. It was a good clip.
Yeah, I like it. Hits right on time, because allegedly Nurse Stewart funeral home is being sued because they're not properly storing people's remains. And it happened when this man, they gave the family the wrong child's remains. I think they had the child cremated, and they got the wrong ashes. Then they dig further and saw that the place was deplorable. They said they had boxes of dead bodies piled up, and they had liquids all on the floor that came from the dead bodies, like blood and formaldehyde, whatever they, that they supposed to be embalming people. Where they said that place was like horrible.
One of my problems, I don't know if, can y'all hear me at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of my problems is that I never seen a cemetery being built in my life. And at 31 years old, all the states that I traveled to, I never seen one in construction. I never seen one under the way. Even my great grandparents, like we all have, which might be a little scary, but me, my grandmother, my whole family, we already have our plots prepaid for. So we know where it's gonna be at. Sometimes my mom will visit out there, but they do not. I never seen one rebuilt. I never seen them out there really maintaining anything. You're not allowed to even stay after, like, they throw a little bit of dirt on it. You're not even allowed to stay to see the rest. So I would not be surprised at all if it's foul play. None of it makes sense to me. But I've never seen a funeral home getting built. I mean, a cemetery getting built.
Well, it's the plot of land. But have you ever seen them create the mausoleums? I saw that. Like, my grandparents are in Harmony Cemetery.
Well, a mausoleum is different, but people can't afford one. That's the thing.
Right,
People,
but it's at the cemetery. But what I'm saying. They built that at the cemetery. It was taking people ashes that want to be created instead of them putting it in the ground. But what they did, and I see them digging up the holes, and we stayed when they covered my grandmother back up because we put her
I know,
my grandfather.
I know it's kind of hard to hear, so I'm sorry if I'm jumping over anybody. It's kind of hard to hear. But I know that they recycling plots is a real thing. So yeah, so it is. You can look it up.
True.
Anybody can look it up.
That's
Recycling, after I think it's a 99-year lease. I don't think it go that long. I think honestly they rotate your ass as soon as everybody walk away. But yeah, so the recycling of the graveyards and stuff is a real thing. So they partially telling you anyway, but I ain't know about that liquefying. I just thought it was cremation and burial. I didn't know about
oxidation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My mother in Harmony too. They do displays. That's what it's called. Like when they out there, like they gonna put them in the ground. That's just the display. They're not even gonna get buried right there. We came back thinking that's where my mother was at. They like, nah, that's the display. They was like, where the hell she at? They couldn't even find my mother. I was so blown. They eventually found her like a week or so later.
But how did you know that was her?
And how do we know this my mother? That's how I felt. I still feel like that, but that was the last, during that time, that was the last hole digged open and, buried. So my mother was the last person there too. So that's the only records we was able to go by, but I don't trust it. I was like, man, they be recycling them caskets and everything. And you just renting them caskets. That's just for the funeral. But once you gone, they throwing you in a wooden box or just flipping you down there. Which I understand business wise, but yeah, in South Carolina we got our own cemetery. That's where we wanted to get my mother. We couldn't get her down there because they had like a flood or something, and some people got moved, and so they had to fix things back up. So she couldn't get back.
They'll dig the bodies up and build something over it. If Harmony says right now that they'll buy, just like in Poltergeist, remember how they put them houses on the plot? They only moved the headstones and left the bodies or whatever. Either they dig it up and switch it around, or it's a lot of that going on. So that's why a lot of people say they don't want to get buried. They don't believe in that and all that. A lot.
Houses are built on the grave. Yeah, I think we all built over some old cemetery or some people just dead long ago. But that's when people start visiting the cemetery. I think after a while, they ain't allowing more people to be buried there. They say it's full. Then over time, everybody that used to come visit, they end up dying as well. And now they like, we got to do something with this land. So they just start building homes and stuff over top of it. Like, that's how they be finding fake mummies. Oh, we found a mummy. That's somebody's burial site. Fuck is y'all doing? Then they get the opening and shit. Look what we found. You ain't find nothing. You just did some great grandfather.
Hey, Molly.
Yeah.
StreamYard, oh, you ain't gotta make me solo stream, my bad. But does StreamYard have subtitles so I can look at the subtitles? Because I can't really hear y'all that much.
Facebook do. If you go on there, that's
Oh,
probably the only
yeah.
thing.
Okay. I'll probably do that because I can't even really hear it. I might as well just read it.
Yeah, that was a good story. Weezy, David, y'all got anything to say? No. David Green. David.
Hey, man, let
He might sleep.
So
you already know. We gonna go into his next question.
Okay.
Believe in reincarnation? I most definitely do. Even if I didn't, if I would have stumbled across this creator's breakdown, I would have definitely changed my mind. Even Dimension Girl, you did that. Found her on Facebook, so make sure y'all go follow her there, and I'm gonna tag her below here on TikTok. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so she said, I saw a recent post about a child telling her mother who she was and how she was unalived in her recent past life. Reincarnation shouldn't be a shock to anyone anymore, but I can understand the skepticism. That's a fact. This is a post I did on Suki a year ago. He said, Suki, is that you? Check this out. So I was scrolling my timeline and saw the pictures of the girl on the left by the name of Latasha Harlins. Latasha Harlins was an American indigenous 15-year-old who was wrongfully and fatally shot at 15 years old by a 49-year-old Korean-American store owner in Los Angeles, California, on March 16, 1991. Someone in the comments stated that she looked like Sukihana, and the resemblance is very striking indeed. So I decided to go take a look. Look at the similarities. Based on what I was taught by my forever mentor, usually when I look at reincarnation, I go and check out the names of the parents. Mostly when the souls reincarnate, the parents of or the reincarnated soul has the same initials. Lukiana's name is not coincidentally named Destiny Lynette Henderson. Her mom or grandmother's name is Cynthia Henderson. Latasha Harlan's mother's name is Crystal Harlan. Suki got her name from an Asian restaurant in the Christiana Mall. That was when somebody joked about her tasting like Sukihana. So she said, coincidence? Y'all already know how we feel about that word. There's no such thing. So she said, I went to go look at what sign the moon was in on March 16th, 1991, and it was in Pisces. It says Sukihana was born November 15, 1991. And guess what sign the moon was in? Pisces. Hold up, y'all. It don't stop there. Then she said, then I went looking for her birth chart. Sukihana is a Scorpio, and her south node past life is in Cancer. Latasha's sun sign. Latasha Harlan died on March 16th, which is a 7 of Diamond Day. Sukihana is a 5 club, and the 7 diamond is Jupiter to the 5 club. 5 club deals with restless of the mind and emotions. 7 diamond is the millionaire card. The name Sukihana is a 6 heart, which is the earth card to the 5 club. 6 heart is the peacemaker card. It deals with the past life and karmic relationships. They gave the Korean store owner a slap on the wrist. Her soul was not at rest about this, and I imagine no soul would be, being fatally unalived and then seeing their unaliver walk free from the spiritual plane. She took Latasha's life. Latasha spent the block, reincarnating on November 15, 1991 to reclaim hers and to finish what she set out to do. Live her dreams, honey. I guess it's okay to say Sukihana made peace with her past and is living the life she was destined to. And you got to know a little bit about astrology to understand what she was talking about. If you do understand, then you will know. She did that. I don't know whether it's true or not, but damn, the breakdown really makes you think. Y'all know I love that. Y'all get in them comments and let me know what y'all think. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
That reincarnation right there. That's gonna throw a lot of people nuggets.
Reese, what's
People
your
don't
thoughts
believe
on
they.
it? Your face not moving or nothing.
My thoughts are on it when you see your doppelganger. I mean, I think about that too, and y'all talk about reincarnation.
What was the word? A doppelganger, right? Is that what you said?
Doppelganger.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said something else.
Yeah. A doppelganger. Because I think about we saw a post, and David Green, if he was awake, he know what I'm talking about. And we talked about it last summer, was it last year, where that lady that died at the police, the lady got killed, and they got her obituary picture up there, and it looked just like Brenda Brown. And and I said, Brenda,
it looked like who?
It looked like Brenda Brown. We put both the pictures up there just like her. I kid you not. And I was like, "Is this your sister or something?" And she first she was like, "No,
how you know it look like her?"
The obituary picture, and we put it side by side, and everybody
You
was
seen
like,
the picture?
"Yeah."
Never mind. All right, understood.
It was a younger Brenda and a girl that died, her obituary picture, and it looked like Brenda Brown. We was like, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, Brenda, is that you? Did you go and hide or something like that? And she was like, oh no, it's not me. I mean, when you see your doppelganger, when you see your lookalike, when you see your twin, what does that mean for reincarnation? If you see your twin, you're being reincarnated at the same time. I do believe in it though. I do. I believe it's to a certain extent in it. About coming back and unrest and all of that. I only believe in that because I listened to what my grandmother and her mother said. I had the esteem pleasure as a little girl to know my grandmother's mother before she passed. And as a little girl, I would ask her questions, and they would tell us stories about Hanks and stuff about the evil in people and all of that, and the coming back and all that stuff too. So, do I believe it? Yeah. I don't know. Do anybody else believe in that? What that lady was saying? Beast, Trey, Louisa, David.
I missed the video, so I'm sorry. I just came in.
Why don't you just take that nigga off the screen? He sleep as fuck.
About reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch the video, but to answer that question easily, no, I don't believe in reincarnation.
Now, do you believe in doppelgangers where you can have your twin walking around here? How they say everybody got a twin?
I mean, I believe that there's people that probably look similar to me, but there's nobody exactly. It takes a professional to.
Who got a cash app? Cause we about to.
That's good, my guy.
Rodney, I see somebody that looked like you. I thought was you.
Yeah. But there only can be one Rodney. That's how I look at it. It can only be one me. They may look like me, but they ain't me.
Yeah, you're right. That's your twin. That's your brother, or it's a DNA that could be your cousin. But it's look like the genetics is flowing. It's from the same template that they made Rodney. They made some more jokers that look just like Rodney.
Yeah, it's hard to repeat this sexiness.
I saw the sexy. I saw it though. I thought it was you, and I had to look a couple. I'm like, what the, So. What you say, Rod? I mean,
Molly.
Right, Molly.
Everybody got a twin out here somewhere. That just favor you a lot. They call them double gangers, but I definitely believe in reincarnation. I believe you die and you can be born again, like Jesus, just not like how he died. But I do believe it only because it's kids that came back and they had stories about past lives that they had, and they was able to tell them shit that they shouldn't even know at their age. But them stories can be made up. You know, these can just be people making stories about it. But I just always thought about like energy, period. You know, no matter what it is, all the energy around us, we know it don't die. It just transfers. So we a ball of energy. So it's just like when we die, it's like, do we die or do that energy transfer again? You know, so I do believe in it. I know it's hard to just say that it's true. Just like it's hard to say you die, you go to heaven, you know, or you die, you go to hell. People can actually make up a place and tell you what hell is like. Oh, it's a ball of fire, and when you go in there, it's pit. Like nobody ever experienced hell, went there, then came back, but Jesus, and that was based off a story. And even he went to hell, and he lived a treacherous life. So I'm like, shit, if Jesus went to hell, I know all of us going to hell, you know, but he was able to get up out of it based off the stories. But I do believe in reincarnation. I believe that we all been here plenty of time. Sometimes we think it's deja vu, and you be like, damn, this just seemed like I've been here. And you know you never been there before, and I think sometimes that's come from a past life. Some people believe in parallel universes and all types of things, but if you look more into it, you'll start to see that a lot of these celebrities and people that we watch on TV, they was famous, or they had a double ganger that looked just like them that was famous hundreds of years ago. And even some of the coincidences that be happening, it'd be like, how do that shit just align like that? Every 100 years, there's some weird shit that just happened again, just different ways. And before we get on, I'm gonna share a clip. It's just weird that this shit happened, but I can't say it's true, but I do believe in it.
Yep. I'm Rodney, you have anything to say or to add, Trey? I know you can't say much.
Reincarnation. I mean, I believe in it. I believe it's very well possible. I don't know. I keep my mind open to everything, so I don't ever say I don't believe that. I always try to see or look, and I'm seeing little things from people like my sister and things like that that just didn't really, make sense to me. Like Molly was saying, for some of these kids, obviously not to know nothing of certain eras and know nothing of certain people and still be able to say, there's one of the videos, the other video I was going to send, I can't remember which one I sent you, but the girl was looking at a picture of, the mom thought that the daughter was her mother or whatever, and then she showed her a picture of her. The girl stopped crying and start looking at herself, said, "That's me," start touching her face. I mean, everything you can. If y'all can believe Gail King went to space, y'all can consider other things. Because half of y'all tell us, "Yeah, I love that they went to space. I love it." So consider other stuff.
Yeah, look into it. It's too many coincidences. Like this one, the biggest one to me. I don't know if y'all ever heard about this or not, but JFK and Lincoln assassination, just the dates, period. So I'd be like, do they do this purposely?
You said JFK and Lincoln what? Oh, what did it say? JFK, Lincoln, something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just play the clip. Oh my goodness.
If my environment gets too loud, Molly,
thing
just
that
mute
gets
my
talked about
microphone,
every once in a
please.
while, like the eerie similarities between JFK and Lincoln. They were both elected 100 years apart, 1860, 1960. Both were like heavily involved with civil rights, both 7 letters in their last name. Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth, both 18 letters in their name. They were both killed when they're sitting next to their wife. Both of their successors had the last name Johnson. Both of the murderers died before the trial, so there's never any trial. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. And both of them had like premonitions where they like begged the president not to do what they were about to do. So don't go to Texas. Don't go to Fort Theater. I got a bad feeling about this.
I was one short. There's even more coincidence in them joints though. All they joints linked up together the day they was born, the day they became president, the day they it was like, what the hell, the day they was assassinated, the women they talked to, it was just like, damn, he wrote it, his name was Lincoln, he died, I think in Lincoln Continental or something, like a car that was a Lincoln. It was just weird, dog. Like, he was on his way to a theater, he died in the theater. It was just too many coincidences, like, goddamn, even to the women that they end up Murray. And there's more of them like this. You know, I can find a couple of them that, you know, I think they found themselves from past lives. And they was married once and they found each other again. And shit weird. Jam time, Will.
Yeah. Yeah. The energy stays around. Like when one soul goes out, another soul come in to occupy that space. And that's where they get the saying, "Oh, you got an old soul." That means you acting like or distributing behavior of somebody that been here before. And you're right, when you get the deja vu, the premonition. I'm one that have dreams, and when I dream about something, I gotta write it down or tell it to somebody so they can remember it. So when it come back around, I'm like, I dreamt about that. I knew I wasn't crazy. So that's it coming. I don't know how to figure it out or navigate through it or whatever. All I know that I believe in other stuff because I've seen it and it happened. So when you get a chance to witness some things, you think a little differently. So yeah, I'm open to that, to all possibilities. You know, if the pyramids could be built a
Yeah, I
1,000
understand.
years ago, then why can't we believe of something else, right?
Mm-hmm. Cut some stones. It tell us anything. So
Rodney,
I like.
Yeah.
I like.
Unfortunately, I mean, for the sake of the show, I'll try to answer this, but my honest opinion is that I don't really care. So,
for the sake of conversation.
but I'm not arguing whether or not the Earth is round or flat. I'm not going to sit here and argue whether or not we reincarnated. If we are, I'm going to be the best version of myself right now.
Right.
No matter what. So I don't really,
Well, we're not arguing. We just
no, I got you. But I'm just saying it's hard for me to make up a discussion about it because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I do come back in another life, well, goddamn it, I'll get another shot. If I don't, I'm gonna make sure I do my best on this shot.
Right.
If the world is flat, I don't give a shit. If the world is round, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it ain't gonna stop you from spinning around doing what you do.
Exactly. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do everything I want to do, whether it's flat, round, obtuse, triangular,
perpendicular, all of that.
Yeah, all that. It don't matter to me at all. I want to travel and do the things that I want to do. I want to make the best out of this life. So if I do get another chance, I hope I'm as equally as great as of a person as I am in this life and in the next one. So, that's all. And plus, I got to take it. My job is driving me absolutely nuts today. They done gave me more responsibility and didn't tell me how to do anything. So I got to figure it all out on myself. But I'm not complaining. It's part of the gig, So, but I will be right back. So.
Okay. So
at least I'm not asleep like Funny Man Green, though.
Molly took him off the screen. I know.
Yeah, he's still, he just in the background. He in the background.
He gonna pop up tonight.
I love these stories. I think if it wasn't for
where Rodney go?
He just
Louise is gone though.
Yeah, but these stories will create the movies that we love and we watch. What's up, Trey? You about to say something? But these the stories that create movies. Like people probably don't believe in vampires. So they probably don't want to hear about that shit. I don't believe in that shit. No, these this type of stories that create movies like Sinners that y'all love so much. So even if they're not true, if you don't believe in it, you don't got to believe in mermaids. But the Little Mermaid is a real thing that people love to talk about. Now they like to talk about is they real. You might not believe in ghosts or want to hear about this shit, but people talk about it, and then they create movies that have ghosts in them to scare you, monsters, all that shit. So I would talk about all this shit. If it's entertaining, like if it's definitely entertainment, I'm with it. I think that's how we get our best writings, our best story. But at the same time, who to say some of these things ain't true? I just think that we creative. I don't think we just come out of thin air and just make shit up. I think most times if things. You know, like a lot of things, you know, characters, all that shit. But I can be wrong, you know, but I still love to talk about these things and shit. Religion, everything, you know, whatever. Let's talk about it. It'd be good talk. If that's the subject. Now, when we get off of here, I ain't gonna be talking about it all day now.
Shit.
I don't mind it being.
I'll be right back. If something just going
Okay, get it up, real. Say we've been before. I teleport again. A lot. You teleport a lot.
I
mean,
do
it's
too
a
when I
lot.
roll something up. Shit. I feel you.
Yeah. Who to say we don't die when we sleep every night? You know, you might die every goddamn night all the time. And be back out this motherfucker like a blue motherfucker man. But I don't know. I would help that, you know, life don't end here. You know, so if it's a heaven, definitely don't care. I think this is hell. That's what they
Yep, I
explain.
agree. This is.
Something else
So
outside here.
people got to make the best out of hell.
I'm
Because
with it.
I do believe there's something after this, there's something better than this. No, I don't believe that this is all. That's just me, my personal belief. I don't
If
believe
you
that this is it.
you end up going where you believe you're going, you know. So
I
if
don't
the
know.
mental
You
start to
got to
live
judge
on,
your heart. You remember American Gods? There was a show that came on Showtime called American Gods, and they talked
Yeah.
about every living deity, every last one, even the Anansi. They talked about Anansi, the spider one from Africa. They talked about like a lot of the different deities and about spirituality and the way you go and all of that stuff, right? I had my point, and I just the weight of your heart, because they took this lady's heart out. She died, and the spirits came and took her heart out, and they put it on a scale with a feather. If your heart
yeah,
was
where
light
your
as
heart
that feather, you get to pass. You get to pick which next dimension you want to go to. How beautiful is that? You get to pick which door, which world you want to go. You might get a world of torment and turmoil, but you get to pick. Okay, this is my next life. This is but your heart has to be light as the feather, meaning you got to be clean and pure of thought, I guess, to be your heart to be light as feather. Or is it that you love compassionately, honestly, and true? Were you good to people? Did you originally care about? That's why it says only God can judge your heart. Man can't. Man the one that put the burden on you, trying to change your heart. Go from, I like the sun. No, don't stay out in the sun. It'll burn you. It'll do this, it'll do that. The next thing you know, I don't like the sun. I'm scared of the sun. Yeah. But you went from a person who loved the sun.
Yeah.
The sun is dangerous,
If you was naturally navigated, like God gave your own GPS to get to him. And that say that you don't know the destination, but as long as you live life and you live good, you'll keep getting more directions to get closer to him. But what we tend to do, we let people hijack us and they come in between and show us the direction. And the whole time, your direction is not the same as theirs. But that's what I believe. I think they literally get a lot of people say, this is the way to God. This is how you get to heaven. Come with me this way. But the whole time, they don't really know the direction. But now you following their path to try to get to their God. And the whole time you missing direction how to get to yours. And that's why I think be happening. People wait till people tell them, this is good. This is bad. This is good to eat. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And then years later, we find out, this had poison in it. This caused cancer. This caused this and that. So it's like, yeah, they build trust. They fool us. And most time they use money. All they got to do is pass some bill that benefit a large group of people, and people start to build trust in that person. And that same person can turn around and get the poison Kool-Aid. And that's what be happening. It's like, come on, man. I don't think God or the Creator gave us individual life that had to come down here and basically be slaves.
That's right.
It just don't make sense. It's certain people that's living godly out here and they don't have nothing. And there's some people that live in devilish and they have everything. So it's just like they play this game to you, like, as long as you live right and you do right and da-da-da-da, that's how you get where it seems like everybody else got theirs by doing evil shit. Most of the people we look up to and got all the billions and millions of dollars, they evil people. So it's just like, at the end of the day, that's not what we should be striving for. Everybody would say we need to get to the money. Where the money, well, the evil people got all the money. They the ones who dishing it out. So you basically saying we still need to dance with the devil. I just think, man, when these digital currencies keep coming out, it would bridge a gap in between us and them. And that's why I think a lot of these people keep falling out the sky. Every time you turn around, there's a crypto owner that died on the airplane. Him and his whole family died in a chopper. This because they changing the money game. We won't have to depend on them to keep printing money and stuff like that because money is fake. It don't even actually have to be paper. You can just print some numbers up on a computer and that'll get you back. And they know that now. And that saves you money.
Promissory note. Y'all know what a promissory note is. It's just an IOU.
Yeah. And we ain't gotta cut down trees and harm the environment no more. So they be pushing this fake environment. We want to clean the environment and stop fucking printing money. We know how to do a digital. Everybody out here can have a digital currency. Like they can literally just tap and go. Y'all was saying it for COVID and all this shit. Y'all worrying about germs. Then why we still printing out money? Why we still handing out one of the dirtiest things that get passed around is money? That it go from hand to hand.
No, how come they can't figure out a way to recycle that? If they, I mean, so they don't have to cut down no more trees. If they can figure out the way to turn, yeah, but why don't they recycle it? Why can't our future dollars be recycled?
Because they already went through the system, they all got numbers. Every dollar got a code on it, so it know where it been at, where it been tracked at. And then once they go through the loop and get it done, they burn it because they don't want to put too much money out there in the back. Because then everybody be living good. They got to keep it at a certain number. People get paid to burn millions of dollars.
I'm talking about why don't they repurpose it, Molly? Why do they got to burn it? Like just like if they repurpose their human bodies, they can repurpose money.
It's like repurposing your social security number or
they
your
do.
birth. No, they're not. They give somebody another number. Your number's not gonna start off. Numbers don't never stop. They unlimited. They're not gonna recycle. So when they put them numbers on them dollars, they don't want them dollars come back around because now it seems like something went wrong. You know, it's like that money should go back.
So, but repurposing it don't mean you have to show any numbers. They could turn whatever that money is into something else. Is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about taking the same piece of paper and pass the paper. I'm talking about turning, just like you could turn a human body into water. I'm pretty sure they could do something with that green and turn it into something else. Or after they put it in the solution, whatever,
what would you want them to turn the money into then? Since that's a problem.
To keep from cutting down more trees, something that people need every day. To keep from cutting down more trees.
It got different things. It ain't just paper. It got other materials in it too. So they burn it down as a whole. What can they use it for?
Put it in a liquid. Make it.
Probably like ink or something. Probably can make it like some ink. Probably. I don't know. I think if they could have did something with it, they would. I don't think we that like stupid. They just be like they try to, like you said, with the pee shit, the baddies. If they can, they would. So it ain't that they don't want to. It's that they just can't. It's probably something they can't do.
I wonder why they have to burn it. They have to get rid of it and burn it. I'm just curious.
Too much money. And too much money floating out here.
They stop making money. They just deal with what you got out there. Instead of them burning money. That's crazy. I would love to hijack a burnt money truck. They don't melt down the coins, or do they? Do they repurpose the coins?
Yeah, if people get paid to print money. Imagine where they print millions of dollars and you getting paid probably $100,000 a year. You just literally saying your yearly payment every year, like you know it's bullshit, but it's monopoly. We playing real life monopoly, and until we all decide to say we're gonna put the dice down because we gambling, and then we're gonna constantly be caught in this loop. So it's up to the people. It's really gonna be up to the people. When you're born into a system, you think this how life supposed to go. You think this how it is. So you like, shit, ain't nothing I can do. I gotta learn how to play the game. So it's either you're gonna play the game or you're not. And You gotta play the game, because if you don't, you'll get left behind. Because everybody else gonna play the game. Be like, well, why you ain't playing the game? Meaning, why you ain't got a job? Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? That's playing the game. Why you ain't buy this? Why you ain't do that? You know, why you not playing the game? You know, because some people just get tired of playing the game. You'll see them homeless out there on the streets. A lot of them people got places to go. A lot of them people just get tired of playing the game. They don't want to be part of the system. They refuse help. They like, nah, these motherfuckers double. Half of them been military vets. They done fought for war and all that. And they people think they come back and just start making shit up. Or nah, he homeless, he tripping. This the same dude was just fighting for your country. But you saying that he don't know what he talking about now. You got doctors out here telling people, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, he crazy. He don't know what he talking about. Well, shit, when he got his degree and they hired him, he knew what he talking about. But the minute he starts speaking on shit they don't want to speak on, they don't know what they talking about. They get no credit now. It's the same thing with every profession. When people start to come out and say, no, this is what's really going on, they always get silenced. And everybody ignore that part. They don't listen. They, you know, it's no different than Kanye. He say some dumb shit sometimes. But if you don't listen, you'll miss out on some of the things he's saying that be true. A lot of the things he doing, people don't understand. They like, he out there with that KKK shit on. They ain't had nothing to do with KKK. That was spiritual. That was good. That's what they don't know. They used to wear them hoods back in the day. And when he had that girl out there half naked out there at the red carpet posing with her, he flipped the roles. That's what that white man used to do with our black women. They used to have them posing right there, basically damn near naked, you know, to sell them off. So he basically stood there like he was the master, like the white man, and he had the white girl dressed up how they said the black women. So people don't really know that. They don't know what he's doing. I see what he's doing. I like he gotta be careful. You know, I don't know how he's still doing half the shit he's doing. You know, but I look at everything. I don't look to judge. I just listen and I look to understand, try to understand why people do what they do. I don't really care why they do it. I want to know why. You know, it's like, dang, what made them do that? What made them say that? And he let you know who run it. Don't talk about them Jewish people because you know what's gonna happen. Everybody know. Even LeBron, he came out saying getting money like a Jew. They made him come out there and apologize just for saying that. So it's like, wow, like this is crazy. He was just saying he getting money like y'all. And they like, no, you're not. We pay you. Fuck you getting money like us, and we can pay you every day your full salary for 100 years. It's different money. They taking over the boxing right now. I'm liking it though. They getting fighters to fight. Yeah, everybody fighting out the country and shit, in Egypt and all that shit. And them Arabs got that bag. They overpaying people. And I'm loving it because it's certain fighters that couldn't get certain fights because of money. They willing to pay whoever. They overpay to make the fight happen. So ain't no more excuse.
In the ring with somebody and they pay to see it.
Yeah, the best fighters, they willing to pay them whatever they want to make these fights happen. And they've been happening. Last fights that been happening on pay-per-view been over there in a whole nother country. Only person over there is Tank, because Tank like they some type of cult. They over there taking pictures all together like a big cult. And he's like he ain't trying to be part of it. Like, oh man. But they willing to pay him whatever.
Wow.
Floyd be going over there fighting. They be getting him $100 million to fight 8 rounds. The fight already rigged for him to win. It'd be funny, but it's entertainment. They need it. All is entertainment. You put on the show for these people like a circus. It's okay. When I come back, you know, I'm gonna have a little more power. You know, when I get back out here again, I'm getting closer and closer.
It's getting closer and closer. We could put on the show, Marley.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm the first person that thought of reincarnation other than Jesus. Like, was that a thing? I wonder, like, who's the first story? Like, oh, was that just a thing? People used to know, like, they past life, and you was able to build on from that, having that knowledge on from that last life, and you was able to do better things, and you was able to be smarter. And probably that's why kids get vaccines, so when they come out the damn womb, it's probably something that block them. You know, that's why it's like that movie Baby Genius, where the kids be on there talking, but when they got to a certain age, they lose it. They basically programmed into our society. They no longer can understand the kids no more. So it was crazy. Like,
And
damn,
I
whatever.
think about that. You got to teach the baby, just don't know the language you're speaking. Like when people go to other countries, they just don't know the language. Don't mean they stupid or nothing. It mean they just don't know how to communicate. Effective communicator is the key. Communication is the key. And they show you. Are you seeing the little streamer with the baby that know her ABCs? I don't even think she's 2 yet, but smart like that. You can if the parents can teach them, they learn it just like little sponges. My son was like that, a little sponge. But the parents got to take the time and teach them. And I taught him at home. So like I said, I told him everything he needed to know before he went to preschool. He was ready for kindergarten. When he was in kindergarten, he was ready for the first grade. He was ready.
Yeah, and I heard it was way more letters. You know, they squeezed it to 26. You know, to dumb us down. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, if it was more letters, more sounds, that'd be amazing. But you know, alphabet. You know, just knowing the word. You know what it's for. It is crazy. Like, it's only numbers 1 through 9, but we just keep repeating it. A lot of people don't know that. Like, you need to learn how to count to 100. You know, like, yeah, that's cool, but it's really just 1 and 9. It's good to know, though. It's good to teach your kids anything for they start school. Give them a little head start. I think all kids should know their ABCs, know how to count and all that before they even get into school, and definitely know how to use the bathroom.
Definitely.
And some schools then used to let you start unless you was potty trained. I don't know if they still do that, but they was like, you have to be potty trained to be able to start. Dang.
Some daycares will take them potty train and train them, but I don't want my child there pooping around other people, other strangers. You know, like they may put the kids on the part at the same time. They just say, okay, it's okay to poop together. I think when you go to the bathroom, that's an intimate, a personal thing. You know, that maybe that's just me.
But for kids, they be in there, shit, you gonna leave them in there by themselves, they be shitting everywhere. Tissue everywhere. They pee.
And I gotta poop. I don't care about nobody. Everybody can be in there. I don't give a shit. I ain't that type of person. People be tripping me out. They're like, "Oh, I can't poop at work." Shit, if I gotta poop, I'm going. You better believe it. And I tell them too. I be like, "Yeah, I gotta get ready to go to the bathroom. Don't come back. No, you don't want to come in there for another 15, 20 minutes after I'm done. I ain't got no cut card about it. I never understood that. I never understood that why people
gotta
be
go,
like,
you gotta go.
like,
yeah, I really use
they be like, "Oh, the bathroom dirty." Shit, wipe down the toilet, put some toilet paper down. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit there and be in discomfort. That's for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shit wherever I gotta go. I'm gonna take a shit. It don't matter.
They be like, "What you got, bro? What took you so long?" I had shit. We at the movies, but I don't care. I got friends like that. Like, I can't do it. Like, yeah, I can't do it now.
Yeah, I don't care at all, dog.
Your body don't care because it comes down just like a pee. If you got a pee bag, your body don't care. All it knows is it's that time and it got to release itself.
I got that philosophy. If something trying to get out of my body, I'm letting it out. I don't, you know, people when they cough up phlegm and stuff like that, I spit that shit out. I'm never, what comes up must come out, in my opinion. So if I gotta take a shit, I'm not gonna sit there and punish my body by holding what my body trying to get rid of in my body. To me, that's how you hurt your body if you holding it in. You know what I'm saying? For hours in your body, like, yo, I'm trying to get rid of this filth. You know what I'm saying? And you like, oh, I don't want to use the bathroom at the school. I'm like, shit. Yeah. I walk in the bathroom, people be in there. Y'all might want to get out of here. I tell them right as I'm going in. I can care less.
Niggas would have been snapping beats. Snap. See, I ain't had phones back there. Niggas have been hitting you with the.
Oh, I don't care about that either.
This shitty beast,
man.
But nah, that one.
My son had that issue, man. My son had that issue. I was like, yo, just remind your friends that they are looking at your dick. That's all you gotta do. Just remind them ask them how gay they are, that they taking a picture of your dick. You know what I'm saying? And if they still taking a picture, then you need to question them.
Oh yeah, they gonna snap your ass. And if his dick got white shit, I don't know what he's doing. But
You
you
gotta pull
standing
your
up.
pants down. Shoot, if somebody taking a picture
Yeah,
of me,
but you already on the toilet. You already on the toilet.
All right.
Thinking he got to snap you.
Yeah,
But
if he about to snap me, I'm gonna lean back and make sure my dick in the picture.
Where we had two teammates in high school, my boy Hat Dog and Corey. Corey decided to send our coach a picture of him with his fucking dick tucked in. Or his shit. Hat Dog had his penis tucked in his legs, and he took a picture and sent it to our coach being funny. These niggas just used to do dumb shit. So our coach was like, y'all think this shit funny? Look at this shit. So he's like, all y'all laughing, but I'm trying to figure out who took the picture. You know, like hold up. You know, it's like, yeah, who took the picture, man? After that, he trying to flip the whole script. Like, yeah, y'all niggas taking. They said he's never doing that shit again. I think that was.
So I told the story before. My son being catfished. So my son got catfish. He thought he was talking to some girl on one of them joints, the messaging joints, like Snapchat or not Snapchat, but what was it called? It was called like Kicks or something. I don't know. Molly, you probably know better than me. Huh?
You said Snapchat?
Nah, it was called like Kicks or something like that.
Yeah, I heard of that joint like Kicks. I never did it though. I heard of it though.
Yeah, Reese, you awake, baby?
I'm awake.
All right.
No, I just closing my eyes because my head hurt.
All right,
I'm in with the.
So he thought he was talking to some girl on Kicks. So the girl sent him some pictures of herself, right? So he sent the picture of him, and he in the bathroom in the joint. You know, he fluffed the joint for it or whatever. So he in the bathroom. He done sent the pictures. He go to school the next day, and the dudes was like, "Oh, we got a picture of you and your John. If you don't give us money, we gonna send it around the school." So my son ended up getting in a fight, ended up fighting these dudes, right? So when I got to school, when I came to the school and shit, my son was like, "Yeah, they got a picture of my dick." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What type of shit?" I was like, "Bro, you know I love you no matter what. You gay or something?" He was like, "Nah, I thought it was a girl." So he shows me the scrolling and shit, right? So then the Bama's like, "Yeah, they talking about if I don't pay him, they gonna send it around the school." I said, "Okay, tell them to start with their sister and their mother and their teachers. You know, the female teachers. Start with them." And I was like, "You got good genetics, boy. Don't be." I said, "Be proud of that shit." I was like, "That nigga ain't not." It ain't like he's gay. I saw the pic. I was like,
the picture, you know, he's not ashamed. So you know, like,
I was like, matter of fact, beat him to it. I was like, these niggas got girlfriends, and he was like, yeah. I was like, send it to them. I was like, send it to their girlfriends, and then remind them that these niggas have a picture of your dick in their phone. Who got the problem? You know what I'm saying? Who got the problem?
That's weird, son. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let people know y'all got a picture of my thing, and if y'all don't pay me, motherfucker, let the whole school know y'all pretending to be girls just to get a picture of my dick. Like, that's weird. Yeah, they different. They beyond different. Like, we prank each other, but not that far. Like, God damn, that's not a prank. You know that? Yeah, that's suspect. Like, that's suspect. Like, how you even go start that conversation off? And yeah, we gonna get him to send us a picture of his dick. Like, who came up with that idea? He's suspect. Whoever that dude is, y'all. That's weird.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
We ain't gonna keep my girl on here.
Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning light got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning blue. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the morning light, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed packed in a
Come out,
casual swag.
bring your mother.
Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good
Bring somebody
vibes
out.
grow.
Take some woman who's influential on making you the person that you are today. Of all positive vibes, positive love.
Bring your dreams alive.
Everybody.
Got the groove keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual
Funny man.
swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.